The Retrax 9 flush mount bed cover that we have on the table today is going to be one of the nicer manual retractable options on the site for your 2019 and newer Ram not equipped with the Ram box or the multifunction tailgate. Now it's going to be a great choice for you Ram owners looking to go with that popular retractable style as opposed to other popular styles in the category, whether it be a tri-fold or maybe even a rolling cover. Now this is a USA made Retrax option here. It's going to offer a tough aluminum build along with scratch resistant matte black powder coating, all for right around that $1,300 price point, and is backed by a 2-year limited warranty in case you run into any issues. So for those of you guys who don't know, retractable covers such as this is really all Retrax does, hence the name of course. Now they do offer a few different options, including covers that will feature different materials and also offer powered versus manual options. Now powered, big baller stuff, really nice, opens and closes with a push of a button, but as you might imagine, those are gonna be a good bit more money. Now the Retrax 9, even though it is still a good bit of money, it's honestly one of the company's more budget-friendly options. It's going to boast solid materials along with an easy-to-use retractable operation. Simply going to yank on the cable, slide the cover back, and it will lock in a few different positions. Now the cover is lockable in regards to not being able to be opened as long as your tailgate is locked, of course. So that, along with the aluminum material, is certainly going to really bolster the security for your bed cargo. Now moving into construction, and again the material will be that durable aluminum for the cover itself, but more importantly guys, that material is all one piece. So there's no joints, there's no hinges, or anything that can eventually wear out and fail on you, and that's a design I do really enjoy. Now the aluminum material has been given a powder coat, which is kind of like a matte or almost satin black finish, a little bit of a texture which I also really enjoy, and that will help increase long-term durability, along with just maintaining a nice clean look over the years. Now the canister itself is also going to be made from strong aluminum and will set against the bulkhead or the forwardmost point of the bed in your truck, and it is going to sit flush with the bed rails in your Ram for a very clean look once installed. Now I do want to also point out here guys that the Retrax does include some drains to help keep water out of the bed, along with all of the hardware for the no drill rail system that the cover will ultimately ride on. Now, speaking of which here, guys, I do want to point out that the Retrax 9 does feature a sealed ball bearing setup in the rail system that really does help this thing slide very easily, effortlessly, if you will, and again, can be operated with one hand thanks to the single latch or locking mechanism. Now, on that topic, guys, I did point this out earlier. I want to point it out again. That locking mechanism can be secured in 3 preset locking locations along the rail. So if you do maybe do a lot of third wheel towing, or hauling, maybe random size cargo, this is going to be a great feature for you. Last but not least here guys, the cover is made in the USA. Always like pointing that out, and it is backed by that 2-year warranty if you ever run into any issues. Moving into pricing here guys, Retrax 9 is going to live around $1,300 give or take, which I would say puts this in that upper mid-level category with other options from companies like Back Industries, Undercover Flex, quality covers that are going to last you a very long time. Now that being said, even at $1,300, I know it's still a lot of money. This is the most affordable option in Retrax's lineup. So if you did want to get into a quality retractable cover, this is certainly going to be one of your best bets. You might find a few lesser known options on the site, but they're not going to pack that made in the USA construction along with such a stout warranty. So again, if you want to get into that retractable game, you do have to pay to play, and this might be one of your most affordable options. Now, because this is a simple bolt-on job, no permanent modification needed, no drilling, anything crazy, the site's gonna stick with the soft 2 out of 3 wrenches on the difficulty meter, taking you about an hour or so to complete from start to finish. But now to give you a better idea of how this one might go down on your Ram at home, let's throw it out to the shop for our detailed walkthrough and tool breakdown.
First install, you need a ratchet, a T25 socket, the supplied Allen keys, and a trim panel removal tool. All right, today we're gonna be installing a tonneau cover on our Ram, so let's get started. First thing we need to do is get our box with our cover in place. It's gonna be slid all the way up to the front of the bed. Just wanna make sure that when you do put it, there is a seal that goes across the front. You just wanna make sure that it's laying over top of the bed. Just So we're just gonna slide this forward. And just make sure our seal is up all the way across. Then we can get our side rails attached. Now we're gonna get our side rails attached. So you'll see this channel here. That will slide into this bottom channel here. So we're gonna slide our rail over like so if you need to. So you lift up on the box a little bit. Also, this side rail will go underneath the main box. So lift up and let it slide all the way forward. See a hole here that's gonna match up in our box. We're gonna grab our supplied T25 screw and our ratchet and tighten that down. All right, you can go ahead and do the same thing on the other side and get the other rail attached to the main box. So now we're gonna start assembling all of our stoppers and clamps onto our side rail. So we're gonna start, we need to put what's going in the front first. So we're gonna have our first stopper. We're gonna take one of our supplied short Allen bolts, stick it through like that, thread our nut on, like so. And it's just gonna go in this groove right here and slide that all the way forward. Next, we're gonna take one of our clamps. So we're gonna loosen this all the way up so that it can pivot down like so. We're gonna take one of our longer Allen bolts, thread up through like that. Take a locking nut and thread that on. Also, while we're here, we can take one of our nylon adjusters and just thread that in. Just thread it in so it's flush. You don't want it coming through yet. We're gonna take that and slide it through our channel. We're gonna do the same thing with another locking point, then another clamp, and then our last locking point. And then we just have our end cap, which we can put on now. So our end cap is gonna be the same way. We have our bolt go up through, and then our locking nut thread on. It's gonna look like that. Slide that over our end. Make sure that lines up. Now on the top here, you'll see a recessed threaded hole. So we're gonna have our very small Allen bolt here with our small Allen wrench. Just gonna thread that in place. Like so. And we can take our supplied Allen wrench and tighten our Allen bolt on our end cap. So we're gonna slide our last locking point all the way back, first one all the way forward. We're not gonna tighten them down quite yet. Now you just wanna decide where you wanna put your clamps. You just wanna make sure they're evenly spaced. So you want one more towards the front, one more towards the back. So we're just gonna swing our bottom clamp up so it grabs the inside of the bed. Hold that tight, and then just snug up our Allen bolt here. We're just gonna get our clamps snug for now. Then you go ahead and do the same thing on the other side, get those clamps snug. Then we're just gonna use a tape measure, just to measure to make sure the front and the back are the same distance apart. If they're not, that's where we're gonna use our nylon adjusters. All right, so I did measure the front and the back. So the front is about 58 3/4 apart. You just wanna do the same thing with the rear. Now I already adjusted a little bit, but I will show you exactly how. You just wanna make sure that it is even. So after you measure it, how you adjust it is either side, you're gonna loosen up this bottom Allen bolt and then thread in this top nylon on both sides. You wanna do it evenly so they come in together. So once you get that final adjustment, just make sure the nylon is snug and then tighten down your clamp here. And then also don't forget to tighten down the other Allen bolt that's up through the track, just to help lock it in place. You're gonna do the same thing by locking the rear locking point in place, the middle one, this clamp, and the front one. One thing to note about this middle locking point, you want to measure from the front clamp back. Just make sure they are even on both sides so that they lock at the same point. All right, once you have this side all tightened down, you can go do the same thing on the other side. Last thing we need to do is put our drain tubes in. So we're gonna grab our trim panel removal tool, pop this plug out of the front of the bed here. Now you're gonna see the hole in the bottom of the box right about here. This end will clip right into it. And then just feed your hose through the hole. Then you go ahead and do the same thing on the other side. And that wraps up our install of our Retrax iX flush mount retractable tonneau cover for our 2019 and newer Ram 1500 without the Ram box and multifunction tailgate. And remember, for everything Ram, keep it right here at AmericanTrucks.com.